Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome today to the Stomping Land by SuperCrit. This is a game that is currently in very early alpha, and as many of you know, I have been raging about this game for a long time because I am obsessed with dinosaurs and survival games. So for the purposes of this video at least, I'm going to play on the solo mode that's offered in the game. So this game is a multiplayer survival game where you play as a hunter going around hunting zombies, and you can form zombies. Oh, totally wrong game. That's DayZ, not Stomping Land. You go around hunting dinosaurs and you can form tribes and go around, work around together, build little villages. You can do some pretty cool stuff. You can also trap people in cages. So, right, let's try and find ourselves a nice place to start. We've got some dinosaurs over there already. We won't be going for them just yet. So, best place to start is near water, stone and wood. So most of them can be found on the beach, and since this is single player I haven't got to worry about people coming and killing me on spawn, so don't worry, I will be doing a multiplayer video. It's just that for the purposes of first impressions I will do it on a single player world, just because there's no lag and there's less cutting for me to do. I can just literally do the whole thing in one go. So basics of setting up a starting camp: we're going to need a TP, which will be our main base, which if I remember rightly is 10 wood, 4 stone. So as you gather resources with the hatchet that you start with, you pick up one resource, add it to the others, and you slowly make a stockpile, and you use those stockpiles to actually craft. So I'll quickly get this done, and we will get a basic camp set up. And what I'll try and do for this is I'll show you how to basically set up a small camp for yourself and actually try and like hunt our first dinosaur. Ooh, let's try again. So this is very early alpha, so it is kind of buggy here and there, but it's definitely playable. I've had a good few hours on this now. I've had quite a lot of fun. For some reason occasionally it just decides to not give me resources. There we go. How many we got now? 8. Nearly. Look at this dinosaur here, just asking to be killed. Unfortunately I haven't got the means to kill it just yet. Right, that is enough there, so we can pull that. So let's just drag that over to here. Alright, better keep my eyes open, don't want to get charged by anything. Because that one dinosaur you just saw there is the only dinosaur in this game that won't try and brutally murder me upon sight. So, like for example, that one over there that's walking into a rock will try and kill me if it sees me. One more stone. Okay. There we go. Right, so now we can pull and drag this to wherever we want to go, so I'll bring it a little bit more down towards the beach. Let's put it, say, there. So your TP sets up wherever this is centred, and then whichever way I'm looking is where the door will be. So if I make it here, the door will appear in front of me, and this centres it. So that's kind of how you position your TP. So this will now, once this is built, this will be, if I die, this will be my spawn point. So there you go, there's my little house set up for us to start. Now, next thing we're going to need is a fire pit, which I think it's not much. I think it's like 3 stone, 2 wood, something of that nature. I know it's not much, so let's see if I can just get this right, hopefully. So it takes a little bit of time to set up at the start. There we go. But once it's all set up and running, unless someone actually comes and smashes it, this will all be fine. Now what some people do is put the fire pit inside the house, so they'll build the fire pit first and then they'll build the house on top of it so that other people can't see the fire. But as I say, since this is a single player, I don't really need to worry about that, so I'll just put it out here. Also, you can only light these when it's sunny. If it's raining while they're outside, it won't work. So there is other benefits to putting it inside. So, right, now we've got the means to cook food, and we have a place to spawn. So now we actually need the tools of the trade. So, for this we're going to need probably a spear and a bow. You can also build bowlers, but they're mostly for catching other players. So you can throw a bowler to wrap around someone's legs, tie them up, and then you can drag them back to your camp and keep them as a prisoner if you do so wish. Or just kill them, you can go and do what you want. But it's a pretty interesting little concept. Once you eventually get a little bit further into the game, if I just press Q, you'll see how much I have an expertise rating. That goes up based on how long you live. If you kill another player, you get 20% of whatever their total expertise was. And every time you die, that'll reset back to 0. So there is still reasons you don't want to die, other than losing all your stuff. But once you get, say, 50 expertise, you can actually tame the weakest dinosaur, which is that one, and use it as a mount to ride around on, which is kinda cool. It's pretty fun. But as you get more and more expertise, you can do it on bigger and bigger dinosaurs. Now, there's not that many dinosaurs in the game yet. So, I think there's only 5 dinosaurs currently in the game. And the only one that basically won't horribly kill you is that one right there, which I can't remember the name of, so I won't try. Well, I can't remember the name for most of them, I just know like the abbreviations of in the game for them. So like the main carnivore in this, which is the most dangerous one, is just called Carno. So you kind of get more used to them than actually using the proper names. So this one has stayed here the entire time, so I think he's basically asking to become dinner at this stage. You can also build a shield, which is kind of useful against other players because you can use it to block bowlers, spear strikes, and you can use it to block dinosaurs as well. So like that guy over there, if I went close to him and he spotted me, he would just try and headbutt me and kill me incredibly quickly. So what else is there? On the right hand side of the screen you'll see a little picture of an eyeball. That will actually get brighter to show you that you actually are visible, so that kind of like Skyrim style. So like if I sprint now, you'll see that it gets a bit brighter and a bit more visible, and that means I'm more visible, whereas if I get down lower and I stay in the dark, you'll see that it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer to basically show that I'm really hard to see. The meat shank, that will just slowly get more and more visible to show you how hungry you're getting. The herbs, how many healing herbs you get, you need to go into caves to get those. You use them to revive yourself and other people. Well, mostly other people, you can't really revive yourself. And to tame dinosaurs once they've been... if I wanted to tame this dinosaur, I would kill the dinosaur, and then you can use a healing herb to actually bring it back and tame it if you've got enough expertise. Now, usually a spear doesn't go very well, but this one seems pretty dense, so we might be able to actually just trick this one. And get... no. Right, yeah, I'm going to have to use the old bow then. Luckily he's stupid, so he'll come back. There you go. Luckily these particular dinosaurs are quite curious, so they always come back, whereas a lot of the other dinosaurs will just attack you. So these are one of the few that it's kind of easy to hunt, but they don't give you that much meat. So we should be able to just take this guy out. There you go. Nice and straightforward. So now, this bit seems a bit weird. We get that tiny little piece of meat off it, and now I get a second tiny piece of meat off it, and that is all you get from that. So now we pull that back. So there's no like inventory for you to carry stuff around, everything's done in these boxes, and you just tie them to yourself and drag them back. So you've also got to think of that when you go out hunting, because you can't drag it across water. So that can be a bit of a problem. So now to load up the meat, we just put it on an unlit fire, and there we go. And we can just light the fire, and it will be all good. And it's raining, so the fire won't start. Fantastic. Well, in that case, maybe I should try hunting another one, since there's one literally right here. There's no carnos or anything about, is that? No. Should be able to get this guy relatively straightforward. 1, 2, there we go. So once you've built a tool, as long as you don't die, you don't actually need to rebuild the entire tool once it runs out. So you'll notice if I get out my bow that it says I've got 6 out of 10 shots. I don't need to rebuild the entire bow to get those arrows back. All I need to do is gather 2 wood to replace the arrows, and that's it, which is kind of handy. It's the same with the bowlers as well. All you need to do is actually replace the rope, which again is 2 wood, so it's pretty much 2 wood to repair virtually anything, which is quite handy. Most things won't break, but... So now, we've got a nice... Now we should be able to start a fire. No? It's not raining. Or is it raining? I can't tell. No, it's definitely not raining. It's stopped. Come on. Why are you not starting? It says it's working, but it's clearly not. Alpha. Alpha, everyone. Interesting. I may have to just quickly build one inside, I think. Well, generally that's how it works anyway, so you get the general idea of how the fire would work. I don't understand why it's not working. Oh well. Whatever. It's no major issue. So... yeah, that's a basic look at the Stomping Land. So, the other thing that you can build once you get a little further into the game, well, I could build one now, but you can build a totem pole, which you can put outside your base, and then other people can come and basically request joining through it. And then if you accept them into your tribe, you'll get a permanent show of their name above the head. Whereas normally you would just see people as you were seeing me now. There'd be no indication of who they are. Whereas if you're in a tribe, it gives you a display as soon as you see them, like it gives you a nameplate so you can see that that is a tribe member from far off. But they're pretty cool. I've done a few of them on the multiplayer servers, and you'll literally get like a fire pit or 2 in the centre, and like everyone kind of builds their huts around it in a circle. It's pretty cool. The totem pole, you can also offer meat to it, which will then upgrade the totem pole, and everyone gets bonuses such as the ability to actually like tame and ride the Carnos, which is kind of cool, and I would like to try that at some point, but I'm yet to actually live that long in a multiplayer server. Let's try this one more time. No, it's not happening. Right, okay, well we'll abandon that. You can do spearfishing in the game as well as another source of meat, but I am really not very good at it. All I've been told to do is that you've got to go into pretty deep water, where it's enough to submerge yourself, and then sit still, and fish will start to gather round you. That's all I've been told. I've only successfully spearfished once. So, I've got to also try not to drown. Just got to get one to come close enough. Nah, it's not happening, is it? It's not going to happen at all. I'm going to end up drowning. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. So what I'll do is I'm going to do another video where I'm going to actually record a multiplayer session, or at least one of the multiplayer sessions that I've been playing. And I'll try and catch some of the weird stuff that happens in this game, because there's a lot of crazy stuff. Like you can lock people in cages and all kinds of nonsense. So right now, however, I'm going to see if I can get the drop on that herbivore there. Yeah. I mean, it kind of unfair since it appeared to be kind of stuck in a rock, but as I say, this is alpha. It's not the it's not perfect. As I say, it is buggy. It's alpha. You've got to expect that kind of stuff. But it's definitely good fun. I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot. It's definitely better in multiplayer, which is why I say I'm going to do a video for that separately. But I wanted to kind of run over the basics in an initial video, kind of like a welcome to sort of idea. Have these actually cooked? They actually have. So the fire is working. It's just for some reason not displaying. Okay, well we'll eat a piece of that. There you go. And now we can actually replace that. Oh, because the fire's technically on, you can't load a fire while it's turned on. Okay, so we need to stop the fire that isn't there. And then put it on. There we go. Right, okay. So I'll leave it there, and then next time you see this game, hopefully will be the multiplayer session, and I'll get to show you some cool stuff. And I'll try and get some other people in for the video as well, so it's not just me talking for like an hour. So, thank you very much for watching. This has been Stomping Land. Check it out. Developed by SuperCrit. Kind of a good game. It's up to you what you think about it, if you want to get it at this stage or if you want to wait till it's a bit further in development, but this is it in its current build. It is good fun, but there is definitely problems here and there. So, thank you very much. Leave a like if you enjoyed, drop me a comment, tell me what you think about the Stomping Land, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully I will see you soon, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.